What motivates me to stay locked into Africa is just the fact that I've grown up here. I was raised here. I've seen people run their small businesses. I've seen economies aspire to be bigger. There's a real growth story and a real growth potential here. And I feel that the capital will be very important to unlocking that potential. My name is Hackim Abdul, class of 2011, and I did business administration at Ashesi. I currently work for Citigroup, originally based in London in the public sector team focused on Africa.
Since the beginning of this year, I'm acting senior country representative for Ghana.
I heard about Ashesi when I was in high school. I went to Presec Legon. Back in the day, I used to spend a lot of time in the library. I'd go in there, check the catalogs that the American universities have shared. And there was this Ghanaian university which, for all intents and purposes, just looked a lot like some of the universities I'd seen in America whose brochures were in our library. So the liberal arts education has just piqued my interest, and that's when I started following up and inquiring some more. By the time I was in my second year, I was pretty certain that I would like to go to Ashesi after high school. My work today as a banker primarily revolves around helping public sector clients, talking about governments, central governments through the Ministry of Finance mostly, to help them identify what sources of financing they need, and then to help them market the opportunities that exist in their markets, that exist in their companies, to investors. And also we connect these public sector institutions to financiers in the capital markets, so institutional investors, to other banks, etc. If you take the example of Africa post, during COVID especially, when the financial markets were in turbulence and there wasn't much access to the capital markets for many African countries, right? My team worked with the African Development Bank to raise financing of $3 billion to support member states of the African Development Bank who were in a very difficult position in terms of being able to keep moving their economies and financing development and real impact in the economies. The Ashesi advantage to me is one of helping people to step outside the immediate surroundings, to see a big picture. And Ashesi is really good at bringing a diverse faculty. It's also really good at bringing a diverse student body together. And then really good at creating a safe space for all of these ideas to come together in the melting pots. And I think that really helps to shape minds. By the time you leave Ashesi, you're very open-minded. You have a very well thought through algorithm for going through problems and figuring out solutions. And you're not conservative in the kind of solutions you adopt. You're willing to stretch boundaries and push it all the way. And that's for me, it's really the Ashesi advantage.